Alright, this is a simple first video. More to come. Part 1. Creality CR-Scan scanner. I'll explain all that later in another video. So, I'm using a Gateway 2.4 base processor speed, 16 gigabyte RAM with a high-speed USB port to an adapter with multiple high-speed USB ports. First, you want to turn on your high-speed port that your scanner is plugged into. Then you want to open your software. This does not always work. Sometimes you have to, see, it's going to want to come up, it's going to tell me I don't have it yet. So I'm going to have to plug this in. I'm about to drop it. Bear with me. This goes to this. Can't do it with one hand. Maybe I can. So you're going to hear it come on. It's going to turn red. You're going to open your software. See, it went off. This is the part that I don't understand, but you have to continually plug and unplug this until it stays on. So I'm going to unplug it. I'm going to plug it back in. It's a work in progress. The scanner is really good once you get it going. Pardon me. The next video will be on a stand. So it's on. We're going to go to OK. Tablet mode or table mode. My videos will get better. Bear with me. The next video will be on this, pointed directly at the computer. So now we're on, but we are not connected. So go to a little circle. Now we're good. Everything is connected. Now, you're going to want to preview. Let's see, what can I do for an example? Let's do this guy. Okay, so I'm using it with the lights on in the room. I'm not sure if it makes a difference with the lights on or off. The flash lamp I always leave on. I've found no reason to use it off. And I keep the frame rate at 12. I'm able to do 15, but it runs better at 12 for me. And I keep this about 10 to 13. 13 is usually too bright. So I've got an item on the pedestal. This was my grandmother's. It says no job is finished until the paperwork is done. She's no longer with me, but this is what I have, and I enjoy having it. So we come over here, we select preview. It's going to show me the image. There's a crosshair right here. Don't worry about that. You want the table and this green crosshair to be in the right spot. Now, you see the red around here? That means we need to back off our brightness. Now we come back over here. See, we took it to 10. We come back over here. There's no more red. There's very faint traces of red. That's what you want. We'll come back over here. It looks decent. Now, also, This bar here is showing you how far away your camera is from the table. If you're not getting readings here, you're either too far away or you're too close. I also find that this scanner will not do images smaller than that. We come over here and we hit stop. Come over here and take your item off. Go to initial. The plate is red. That's what you want. Let it run for a couple of seconds just so it's grabbing all these little points. It will not hit all of them, for example, here. But it's okay. Go over here and stop it. Put your item back on the plate in the center. Now I have adjusted my .ini file, so I think I can do about 1300 on the scan count, but you don't need that much. So we're going to scan. You just want your image to go around once. If it goes around more than once, it creates a twist. I find that to be a problem. I usually like to get about a 250 count. I'm a little further past 1, so I'm going to stop. I'm not going to do all the fusing on this video. That will come in a later video when I have the camera fixated on the computer and you'll just watch the mouse, but I will have conversation in it. Most important thing, and took me the longest to figure this out, but if you come, let's see, you have that's my image. In order to move it inside the circle, you move it here. If you want to straighten him up, the circle that is going around it, you come to the outside of the circle, and then you can move it this way. And if I want to pull it this way, then come outside, and then I can move it however I want. I can zoom in. It's just a bunch of dots. There's a reason for that. I'll get to that in the next video. Now, if you come up here, and you want it to look like this before you go to the next step, you come up here and go to this button here, the editor. Very first thing you need to do is go to basement selection. Now before we go there, I'm going to show you in the settings, come on camera, under scan settings, I have the tolerance set to 1, but it never does it. I do not have the remove the base of scan automatically because it doesn't seem to work properly. Now, we're in here in the editor. We want to go down to basement selection. You're going to click apply, and that's going to drop down a menu down here. It comes up at 8 every time. Now you're going to want to hold, see if I can do this with the phone. You're going to want to hold control, come over here to your plate, and only circle a little bitty portion on the plate. and then let go. You're going to go to calculate base. Then you're going to bring your picture upright. Now, this is the question. This is too far up my product. I don't want that to happen. So we're going to come over here, and you go to this little down arrow. You're going to take it down 1. It's still too high. You're going to take it down to 2 is the next step down. It's good there, but sometimes I don't find that to work. So I always take it down to 1. Now we're going to come back over here. See how that looks? And it actually, I can see a little bit of twisting because I let it go too long. But we're not going to get into processing much today. What you do here, after you've got it to this point, you can either hit the delete key on the keyboard, or you can go delete selection. We click this. It took all the red away. Now if you for some reason want it back, in my experience, this button right here, undo, will crash the program. I'm not sure why. If you come over here to clear selection and click that, well, it usually brings it back, but this time it didn't. I cannot answer for that. No video is ever going to be perfect. Now, a lot of people like to use the lasso. I find the polyline to be more convenient. Make sure I selected it. Yeah, there we go. We'll also close this. We're using the polyline tool type. Now you'll have to hold control to use it. So my next video will be fixated. If I hold control and I touch here, gotta hold control. I touch here, come on, there we go. Now I can touch here, 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 here. Unfortunately, I let go of control. This is my first video, please forgive me. I promise it'll get better. You have to consider I'm holding the phone too. Alright, hold control, click here, 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 and so on. Then come outside of the object, all the way around, and then right click. Then go to delete selection. Now it's all gone. That's where I'm going to stop for today until I can asphyxiate my camera so that I can work on things a little bit better. Please note, when taking off points, say I was to take off, say I had it like this and I took off this little portion here, when I spin it around, it would have took off more over here. You have to think about it in a three-dimensional view. Also, all these little pieces coming off, they're called noise. What it is the dust particles in your environment that the camera is picking up. You have to clean all that up. Just for fun, before I stop this video, we'll process it and see what it does. I always unclick fix or fill holes because it usually messes up what I'm working on. I turn on the texture mapping and I process. Also, if you vape, like I do, try your best not to blow your vape in front of your camera. It will create extra particles or noise. Now you can always go back later and still crop all this out, but in my next video I'm going to show you how to do it without cropping it, without having to do extra cropping. It's a little more time consuming. And this is where it had twisted too far. The more pictures you take, the longer this part takes. So if yours gets up into the thousands, you might as well have something else going on at the same time to occupy your time. And as you get more scans and more process fusion, it will take even longer. Every step will take longer than the last. In coming videos, I will also explain how to auto align, or manual align, how to further crop, how to fuse. All that will be coming soon. Today's video is just to get something out there. Now you could export it at this point to STL or OBJ. We're going to exit. So it's a little twisted. There's extra legs in there. I'm not pleased with it. If you're not pleased with the file, you can always come up here and go to the scan and right click and go to delete and take the whole thing out. But this is where I'm stopping for now. I hope this is a good start. Hope this helps some people on a couple of issues on the initial side. And thank you so much. Have a good time. And be blessed.